The pain you have carried for so long may feel familiar, but it is not your home. It may have lived inside your chest for many years. It may have shaped the way you speak to yourself, the way you trust people, the way you open your heart, and the way you look at your own future. But familiar does not mean true. Familiar does not mean permanent. Familiar does not mean it belongs to you forever. There comes a moment when the soul becomes tired of surviving the same hurt again and again. There comes a moment when the heart quietly says, I cannot keep living from this wound. I cannot keep calling pain my identity. I cannot keep waiting for the love I needed to come from the same place that never gave it to me. And that moment, gentle one, is not the end of you. It is the beginning of your freedom. You are here because something inside you is ready to be released, not forced, not pushed, not torn away from you. Released with tenderness, released with understanding, released the way the body lets go of tension when it finally feels safe. The old pain may have taught you to protect yourself, to expect disappointment, to stay guarded, to question your worth, to think love must be earned through suffering. But today, a softer truth is being offered to you. You do not have to keep living as the version of yourself that was hurt. You do not have to keep proving how much you survived. You do not have to keep carrying the same story into every new day, every new relationship, every new chance, every new dream. You are allowed to become someone who is no longer led by the wound. Old pain often stays because it once had a purpose. It may have tried to protect you from being hurt again. It may have taught you to notice danger. It may have taught you to close your heart before someone else could close theirs. It may have made you strong in ways no one saw. But what protected you in the past can become a prison in the present. A wall that once kept pain away can also keep love away. A belief that once helped you survive can begin to block your peace. That is why healing is not about hating the old version of you. Healing is about thanking that version for surviving, then gently leading yourself into a new way of living. You are not wrong for having pain. You are not weak for still feeling it. You are not behind because your heart needed time. You are human, and you are learning how to love yourself in the places where love was missing. Freeing yourself from old pain does not mean pretending nothing happened. It does not mean saying the hurt did not matter. It does not mean becoming cold, forgetting everything, or acting like you were never wounded. True freedom is deeper than that. True freedom is when the old pain no longer gets to choose your thoughts for you. It is when the past no longer gets to decide how much love you can receive. It is when you can remember what happened without becoming trapped inside it again. It is when you can say, yes, that hurt me, but it does not own me. Yes, that changed me, but it will not close me. Yes, I went through pain, but I am still worthy of love, kindness, peace, and a beautiful life. There is a love inside you that has been waiting for your attention. Not the kind of love that asks you to be perfect. Not the kind of love that comes and goes depending on what you do. Not the kind of love that makes you beg, chase, prove, or shrink yourself. This love is steady. It is gentle. It is the voice inside that says, I am here for you now. I will not abandon you the way others may have abandoned you. I will not speak to you with cruelty. I will not keep reminding you of your worst moments. I will not make you earn tenderness. I will become the love you needed. That is the great turning point. When you stop waiting for the past to come back and love you correctly, and you begin to love yourself correctly now. So much of old pain comes from the places where love was absent. Maybe you needed comfort and received silence. Maybe you needed protection and received blame. Maybe you needed encouragement and received criticism. Maybe you needed someone to stay, but they left. Maybe you needed someone to see your heart, but they only saw your mistakes. Those moments can leave deep marks. They can teach the mind to believe it is hard to love. They can teach the body to become tense when closeness appears. They can teach the heart to expect loss even when something good arrives. But those teachings are not the final truth. They were experiences. They were not your identity. They were moments. They were not your destiny. You can begin to speak to yourself in a way that the wounded part of you needed to hear long ago. You can say, I see you. I know you were hurt. I know you tried so hard to be strong. I know you felt alone. I know you wondered why love felt so difficult, but I am here now. Will not keep ignoring you. I will not keep pushing you to be okay when you are asking to be held. I will not keep judging you for having feelings. I will become a safe place inside myself. These words may feel simple, but simple words can open locked places in the heart. Your soul does not always need complicated answers. Sometimes it needs kindness. Sometimes it needs honesty. Sometimes it needs a softer voice. You are not here to become a harder person. You are not here to let pain turn you into someone who cannot feel. You are not here to close every door and call that peace. Real peace does not come from being numb. Real peace comes from knowing you can feel deeply and still be safe. You can love and still belong to yourself. You can care and still have boundaries. You can remember the past and still choose a new future. You can open your heart without giving your power away. The love you needed is not meant to make you weak. It is meant to make you whole. It is meant to bring the lost parts of you back home. There may be a part of you that still wants the old pain to be understood by the people who caused it. That is natural. The heart often longs for the apology, the explanation, the moment when someone finally says, I know I hurt you. But your healing cannot depend on someone else becoming aware. Your freedom cannot wait for someone else to change. Your peace cannot be held hostage by the person who did not know how to love you. You can release yourself even if they never understand. You can become whole even if they never say the words you needed. You can close the door on the old pain without needing the past to agree with your healing. This is where your power returns. Not in revenge, not in bitterness, not in proving that you were right. Your power returns when you stop letting old pain live as the loudest voice inside you. Your power returns when you choose tenderness where there was once shame. Your power returns when you say, I do not have to keep hurting myself in the name of what hurt me. I do not have to keep repeating the same inner punishment. I do not have to become my pain. I can become my love. And this love is not weak. It is the strongest energy you can carry because it changes how you see yourself, how you speak, how you choose, how you rest, how you receive, and how you move forward. The old pain may tell you that you are too damaged to be loved fully. Love tells you that you are still worthy. The old pain may tell you that your heart is too complicated. Love tells you that your heart is learning safety. The old pain may tell you that you missed your chance. Love tells you that life can begin again from this very place. The old pain may tell you that you will always feel this way. Love tells you that feelings can soften, beliefs can change, and the heart can heal in ways the mind does not yet understand. You do not have to believe every thought the pain gives you. Pain speaks from memory. Love speaks from truth. Let the truth be simple, Todd. You are not the rejection. You are not the abandonment. You are not the harsh words that were spoken to you. You are not the silence that made you question your worth. You are not the mistakes you made while trying to survive. You are not the version of yourself that begged for love from places that could not give it. You are the one who is still here. You are the one who is waking up. You are the one who is learning to speak gently to the places that were never held gently. You are the one who can choose a new inner home. And this new inner home is built with love. Not perfect love, not dramatic love, not love that needs to be seen by everyone. A quiet love, a steady love, a love that notices when you are tired and stops calling you lazy. A love that notices when you are afraid and stops calling you weak. A love that notices when you are healing slowly and stops calling you behind. A love that tells the truth without cruelty. A love that protects your peace without closing your heart. A love that says, I will be kind to myself today because kindness is the medicine I was missing. You are free to begin this way. You are free to stop treating yourself like the old pain treated you. You are free to stop speaking to yourself with the same coldness you once received. You are free to stop abandoning your own feelings. You are free to stop chasing love from people who make you feel small. You are free to stop proving your worth to those who are not ready to see it. You are free to return to yourself, not as punishment, but as homecoming. The love you needed does not have to remain a memory of what was missing. It can become the way you live now. This is not a small shift. This is the kind of shift that changes the whole direction of a life. When you become the love you needed, you stop waiting for someone outside you to decide that you are enough. You stop asking the past for permission to heal. You stop needing every old wound to make sense before you choose peace. You begin to meet yourself with the warmth you once searched for. You begin to listen to your own heart with patience. You begin to protect your inner world with respect. You begin to choose people, places, and thoughts that feel like safety, not struggle. And little by little, the old pain loses its power. Not because you fought it, but because you stopped feeding it with your life. When old pain stays inside, it rarely stays quiet. It may hide under your smile. It may sit behind your busy days. It may appear as overthinking at night, fear in love, tension in the body, or a heavy feeling that you cannot always explain. It may make you question good things when they arrive. It may make kindness feel suspicious. It may make peace feel unfamiliar. It may make you push away the very love you prayed for, because some part of you is still expecting the old hurt to return. This is how pain repeats, not always through the same people or the same events, but through the same beliefs living inside the heart. Old pain can become a lens. When you look through that lens, even simple moments can feel unsafe. A delayed reply can feel like rejection. A quiet room can feel like abandonment. A small mistake can feel like proof that you are not enough. A new chance can feel like something you will lose. The world may not be hurting you in that moment, but the old pain is interpreting everything through the memory of what happened before. This is why healing matters. Not because you are broken, but because you deserve to see life clearly again. You deserve to meet the present without the past speaking over it. You deserve to feel love without waiting for it to disappear. When old pain stays inside, it can make you live in protection instead of connection. You may keep your heart guarded even when you want closeness. You may say you are fine even when you are aching. You may become the strong one, the quiet one, the one who needs nothing, the one who gives everything, the one who never asks for help. But deep inside, there may be a tender part of you still asking, does anyone see me? Does anyone care how heavy this has been? Am I allowed to need love too? That part of you does not need more judgment. It needs your compassion. It needs to know that the old way of surviving is no longer the only way to live. Pain that is not healed often becomes self-doubt. You may begin to wonder if you are too much or not enough. You may blame yourself for how others treated you. You may look back and think, I should have known better. I should have left sooner. I should have spoken differently. I should have been stronger. But these thoughts do not heal you. They only keep you tied to the wound. The truth is, you acted from the awareness, strength, and safety you had at that time. You were trying to survive with what you knew. Now you know more. Now you can choose differently. But you do not need to punish the past version of you for not having the wisdom you have today. Old pain can also teach you to expect less than you deserve. If you were used to being ignored, you may mistake small attention for love. If you were used to being criticized, you may feel uncomfortable when someone respects you. If you were used to emotional distance, you may confuse anxiety with passion. If you were used to proving yourself, you may think love must always feel like effort. This is not your fault. This is what the nervous system learns when it lives too long without steady kindness. But what was learned can be unlearned. What became familiar can be replaced. What once felt normal can begin to feel unacceptable when you start loving yourself differently. This is why becoming the love you needed is so powerful. It changes what you allow. It changes what you chase. It changes what you call love. When you begin to treat yourself with kindness, harsh treatment no longer feels normal. When you begin to respect your own heart, confusion no longer feels romantic. When you begin to honor your peace, chaos no longer feels exciting. And when you begin to speak gently to yourself, cruelty no longer feels familiar in the same way. Your inner love becomes a new standard. It teaches your life what is welcome and what is no longer allowed to lead you. If old pain stays inside, it can also become a story you keep telling yourself. Maybe the story says people always leave. Maybe it says I am hard to love. Maybe it says good things never last for me. Maybe it says I have to do everything alone. Maybe it says I am too late to become happy. These stories may feel true because you have repeated them for so long. But repetition is not truth. A painful thought repeated for years is still a thought. A belief formed in hurt is still a belief that can be changed. You are not required to keep living inside an old sentence. You can write a new one. You can begin with the simple truth: I am worthy of love that feels safe. The old story may have been written in moments when you felt powerless, but you are not powerless now. The point of power is here, in the thought you choose, in the way you speak to yourself, in the way you respond when the old pain rises. You do not have to argue with every painful memory. You do not have to solve your whole past before you choose a kinder thought. You can begin by noticing when the old story is speaking. You can say inside yourself, this is the pain talking, not the truth. This is the old fear, not my future. This is a memory, not a command. And with that awareness, space begins to open. You are no longer swallowed by the pattern. You are watching it. And what you can watch, you can begin to change. Old pain thrives in silence. It grows stronger when it is never named, never comforted, never questioned. But the moment you bring loving awareness to it, something begins to soften. You may notice the sadness under the anger. You may notice the fear under the control. You may notice the grief under the numbness. You may notice the longing under the independence. None of this makes you weak. It makes you honest. And honesty is a doorway. You cannot heal what you keep pretending is not there. But you also do not need to drown in it. You can meet it with love. You can say, I know you are here. I know you hurt. I am listening now. When old pain stays inside, the body often carries what the heart could not say. The shoulders may stay tight from holding too much. The chest may feel heavy from words that were swallowed. The stomach may turn with fear when something feels uncertain. The jaw may tighten from all the times you had to stay silent. The body remembers emotional weather. It remembers what the mind tries to move past too quickly. This is why love must become more than a thought. It must become a way of being with yourself, a gentler tone, a softer inner voice, a kinder response when you feel triggered, a willingness to stop treating your body like an enemy and start seeing it as a loyal friend that has been trying to protect you. You do not need to be angry at yourself for carrying pain. The pain stayed because it wanted to be seen. It stayed because something inside you needed care. It stayed because the heart does not release what it has not yet felt safe enough to release. So the answer is not more pressure. The answer is safety. The answer is love. The answer is showing the wounded places inside you that they no longer have to scream to be heard. They no longer have to create fear to get your attention. They no longer have to keep repeating the old pattern to prove that healing is needed. You are listening now. That changes everything. If old pain remains in charge, it may also make you choose from fear instead of worth. You may stay where you are not valued because leaving feels too unknown. You may accept crumbs because asking for more feels dangerous. You may silence your needs because you fear being too much. You may keep giving to people who only take because being needed feels safer than being loved. But when love begins to rise inside you, your choices begin to change. You start asking, does this honor me? Does this bring peace? Does this feel like love, or does it feel like the old wound wearing a new face? These questions are not selfish. They are healing. They are how you return to yourself. There is no shame in realizing that old pain has shaped your life. Awareness is not failure. Awareness is freedom beginning to speak. Many people live their whole lives repeating patterns they never stop to see. But the moment you see a pattern, you are already standing outside of it. The moment you notice the old reaction, you have created a new possibility. The moment you choose a loving response, even in a small way, the old pain loses a little more ground. Healing often happens like that, quietly, deeply. Through many small choices that tell the heart, we are safe now. We are not going back to the old way. We are learning something new. The cost of carrying old pain is not only sadness. It is the loss of the life force that could be used for joy, creativity, love, rest, and trust. Pain takes energy. Resentment takes energy. Self-blame takes energy. Fear of being hurt again takes energy. Imagine how much of your spirit has been busy holding old stories together. Imagine how much peace becomes available when you no longer spend your inner life defending yourself against memories. Imagine how much love can flow when you stop using your whole heart as a shield. You deserve that freedom. You deserve to use your energy for living, not only for protecting yourself from what has already passed. This does not mean you become careless with your heart. It means you become wise without becoming closed. You can have boundaries and still be loving. You can remember the lesson without worshiping the wound. You can move slowly without living in fear. You can trust yourself to leave what harms you and receive what honors you. That is a different kind of strength. Not the strength that pretends nothing hurts. The strength that says, I know what I have been through and I still choose not to abandon love. I still choose not to abandon myself. I still choose to believe that peace is possible for me. The old pain may ask, what if it happens again? Love answers, then I will be there for myself. The old pain may ask, what if I am rejected again? Love answers, rejection will not define my worth. The old pain may ask, what if I cannot heal? Love answers, healing is already beginning because I am willing. The old pain may ask, what if I never receive the love I wanted? Love answers, I am becoming that love now, and from this place I will no longer accept what breaks me. This is the new conversation. This is the shift. This is how the inner world begins to change. You are not being asked to erase your past. You are being invited to stop letting it write your future. You are not being asked to deny your hurt. You are being invited to stop building your identity around it. You are not being asked to become someone else. You are being invited to return to the loving self that existed before the pain taught you to hide. That loving self is still within you. It may be quiet. It may be careful. It may need patience, but it is alive. And every time you choose kindness over criticism, truth over fear, peace over the old story, that self becomes stronger. Old pain says, stay where it is familiar. Love says, come where it is free. Old pain says, protect yourself by closing. Love says, protect yourself by honoring. Old pain says, you are what happened to you. Love says, you are what is still possible through you. Old pain says, keep looking back. Love says, bring your heart back to this moment, and in this moment, you can begin again. Not with pressure, not with a perfect plan, with a softer choice, with a kinder word, with a new belief planted inside you, with the simple understanding that you do not have to carry what no longer belongs in your heart. Old pain is learned. It is not the truth of who you are. You were not born believing you were unworthy. You were not born believing love had to hurt. You were not born carrying shame in your heart. You were not born expecting rejection. These beliefs came through experiences, words, silences, losses, and moments where your heart did not receive what it needed. A child does not decide one day to doubt their worth. A sensitive heart does not naturally choose fear. These patterns are learned when love feels unsafe, when care feels unstable, when expression is punished, when tenderness is missing, or when the world teaches a person to survive before they learn how to feel safe. If pain was learned, then love can be learned too. This is one of the most hopeful truths you can ever hold. The mind can learn new thoughts. The body can learn new safety. The heart can learn new trust. The soul can remember what was always true beneath the wound. You are not stuck with every belief the past gave you. You are not required to keep every emotional habit you developed while trying to survive. You can gently teach yourself a new way, a way where you speak to yourself with respect, a way where you stop calling your needs a problem, a way where you no longer confuse fear with intuition, a way where love feels peaceful, not painful. Think of the mind as a garden. For many years, certain seeds may have been planted there. Seeds of fear, seeds of shame, seeds of not enough, seeds of I must earn love, seeds of I will be left, seeds of I cannot trust life. If those seeds were watered again and again, of course they grew. That does not mean the garden is bad. It means the garden received what was planted. Your mind has been doing what minds do. It has been growing the thoughts that were repeated most often. Now you are becoming conscious. Now you are choosing new seeds. You are planting I am worthy. I am safe with myself. I am allowed to heal. I can become the love I needed. I can let peace grow here. You do not need to hate the old seeds. Hating them only plants more struggle. You simply stop watering them with your attention. When the old belief rises and says, I am not lovable, you do not have to follow it all the way down. You can notice it and answer gently, that is an old belief. It came from pain. It is not my truth. My truth is that I am worthy of love because I exist. This is how change begins. Not by fighting the mind, but by guiding it. Not by attacking the wound, but by bringing light to it. The mind learns through repetition, but love can also be repeated. Peace can also be repeated. Worth can also be repeated. Old pain may feel like identity because it has been with you for so long. But something being present for a long time does not make it your essence. Clouds can cover the sky for days, but they do not become the sky. Dust can cover a mirror, but it does not become the mirror. Pain can cover your sense of self, but it does not become your soul. Beneath the hurt, there is still a clear place inside you, a place that knows how to love, a place that knows how to trust, a place that wants to feel light again. That place may have been hidden, but it has not been destroyed. Healing is the process of clearing what covered it. You may have learned pain from the way others treated you, but you can learn love from the way you choose to treat yourself now. Every time you soften your inner voice, you are learning love. Every time you honor a boundary, you are learning love. Every time you rest without guilt, you are learning love. Every time you stop chasing someone who cannot meet you with care, you are learning love. Every time you forgive yourself for not knowing better before, you are learning love. These moments matter. They may seem small, but they are creating a new inner pattern. Your life changes when your inner pattern changes. Many people believe they must wait until they feel fully healed before they can love themselves. But self-love is not the reward at the end of healing. Self-love is the road that carries you there. You do not have to be fully confident to speak kindly to yourself. You do not have to feel completely free to choose a thought that helps you. You do not have to feel ready to stop repeating the old story. You begin where you are. You bring love into the unfinished place. You bring care into the messy place. You bring gentleness into the part of you that still trembles. This is how the old pain learns that something new is happening. The wounded part of you may not trust love at first. It may question it. It may resist it. It may say, "This feels strange. This will not last. This is not for me." That is natural. When the heart has been trained by pain, peace can feel unfamiliar. When the body has lived in tension, calm can feel unusual. When the mind has repeated fear for years, kind words may feel untrue in the beginning. But unfamiliar does not mean wrong. It only means new. Give yourself patience. A new language takes time to feel natural. And love is the new language you are learning now. You are allowed to outgrow the emotional rules you were given. You are allowed to stop believing that love must be earned by pleasing everyone. You are allowed to stop believing that your needs make you difficult. You are allowed to stop believing that rest must come after exhaustion. You are allowed to stop believing that your worth depends on someone else's attention. You are allowed to stop believing that pain is proof of devotion. These rules were never love. They were survival patterns, and survival patterns can be thanked, released, and replaced with something kinder. Old pain often teaches the heart to look outside for proof of worth. It says, if they choose me, I matter. If they stay, I am enough. If they approve, I am safe. If they change, I can finally heal. But this gives your power away. It places your peace in hands that may not know how to hold it. The love you needed begins when you bring that power home. You begin to say, I matter even when someone does not choose me. I am enough even when someone cannot see me. I am safe because I will not abandon myself. I can heal even if the past never gives me what I wanted. This is not rejection of love from others. This is the foundation that allows healthy love to reach you. When you become the love you needed, you stop making your heart live on waiting. You stop waiting for the perfect apology. You stop waiting for someone to notice how much they hurt you. You stop waiting for another person to finally give you permission to feel whole. You stop waiting for the past to become soft before you become soft with yourself. Instead, you begin to give yourself what was missing. You give yourself patience where there was pressure. You give yourself understanding where there was judgment. You give yourself protection where there was carelessness. You give yourself encouragement where there was criticism. You give yourself presence where there was absence. This does not replace the love you deserved from others. It does not make what happened okay. It does not mean your needs were not real. It means you are no longer leaving your healing in the hands of those who could not meet those needs. You are becoming your own safe place. You are becoming your own gentle voice. You are becoming the steady love that says, I will not leave you alone inside this pain. I will sit with you. I will hear you. I will guide you. I will help you choose life again. This is deep healing. This is not pretending. This is reclaiming. You may notice that as you begin to love yourself differently, some old feelings rise to the surface. This does not mean you are going backward. Sometimes pain rises because it finally feels safe enough to be released. Sometimes tears come because the heart is thawing. Sometimes anger appears because a part of you is finally admitting that you deserved better. Sometimes grief becomes clear because you are no longer hiding from it. Let these feelings move through with compassion. They are not here to destroy you. They are here to be witnessed and freed. The old pain does not leave because you shame it. It leaves because it has finally been met with love. The true self beneath your pain is not bitter. It is tender. It is wise. It is full of life. It may have been covered by disappointment, but it still knows how to hope. It may have been guarded by fear, but it still knows how to connect. It may have been tired from survival, but it still knows how to receive peace. This true self does not need you to become perfect. It needs you to stop rejecting it. It needs you to stop saying you are too damaged, too late, too hard to love. It needs you to start saying, I am here. I am listening. I am willing to love myself back to life. Old pain says you must stay loyal to what hurt you. Love says you can be loyal to your healing instead. Old pain says you must keep remembering every detail so it never happens again. Love says wisdom can remain even after the wound softens. Old pain says letting go means losing yourself. Love says letting go means finding yourself without the burden. Old pain says you are safer closed. Love says you are safer conscious, honest, and kind to yourself. This is the difference between protection and prison. You do not need to live locked away from life to be safe. You can learn to be safe inside yourself. A beautiful life is not created by never feeling pain. It is created by no longer letting pain be the ruler of your heart. You may still have tender days. You may still remember. You may still feel waves of sadness from time to time. But you are learning not to turn those waves into your identity. You are learning to care for yourself while they pass. You are learning that a feeling can move through you without becoming your future. You are learning that healing is not a straight road, but it is a real road. And every loving choice places your feet more firmly on it. The old pain was learned in moments where love was missing. The new love is learned in moments where you choose to be present with yourself. It is learned when you stop calling yourself foolish for trusting. It is learned when you stop calling yourself weak for needing care. It is learned when you stop calling yourself broken for being affected by what happened. It is learned when you answer your fear with kindness. It is learned when you let your heart know that it does not have to earn a place inside your own life. You belong to yourself now. You are allowed to be at home within your own being. Let the new belief enter slowly and deeply. I can be free from the old pain. I can become the love I needed. I can speak to myself with kindness. I can choose peace without denying what happened. I can honor my past without living inside it. I can let my heart soften without losing my strength. I can receive love that feels safe. I can give myself the care I searched for. I can begin again from this moment. These are not empty words. They are new seeds. They are new instructions. They are a new way of living. And as this new way begins, you may find that your energy changes. You may no longer feel drawn to the same chaos. You may no longer feel the same need to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You may no longer feel comfortable shrinking to keep connection. You may no longer feel willing to carry blame that was never yours. This is not you becoming cold. This is you becoming clear. This is not you losing love. This is you learning the difference between love and old pain. Real love does not require you to abandon yourself. Real love does not make you beg for basic care. Real love does not keep your nervous system in fear. Real love feels like respect, safety, honesty, and peace. That love begins within you. It begins in the way you meet your own thoughts tonight. It begins in the way you speak to the ache in your chest. It begins in the way you forgive yourself for what you did not know. It begins in the way you stop using the past as proof that the future must hurt too. It begins in the way you choose a new sentence when the old one rises. It begins in the way you decide that your heart is no longer a place for punishment. It begins in the way you become gentle with the part of you that has waited so long to be loved. You are not the old pain. You are the awareness that can heal it. You are not the wound. You are the love that can hold it. You are not the story that hurt you. You are the author of what comes next. And what comes next can be softer, it can be lighter, it can be wiser, it can be filled with choices that honor the person you are becoming. The pain may have shaped you, but love can reshape you. The past may have taught you fear, but your present can teach you peace. The hurt may have made you forget your worth, but your healing will help you remember. And that remembering is already beginning. There is a place inside the heart where old pain often turns into self-blame. Something happened. Someone failed to love you the way you needed. Someone left, criticized, ignored, confused, disappointed, or wounded you. And instead of only feeling the hurt, the mind began asking, what did I do wrong? Why was I not enough? Why did I allow it? Why did I trust? Why did I stay? Why did I not see it sooner? These questions may sound like wisdom, but many times they are pain wearing the mask of control. The mind thinks that if it can blame you, then maybe it can protect you from being hurt again. But blame does not protect the heart. Blame keeps the wound open. You were not meant to carry guilt for needing love. You were not wrong for wanting kindness. You were not foolish for hoping someone could meet you with care. You were not weak because you believed in the good you wanted to see. A loving heart will always try to find love. A tender heart will always hope for softness. A soul that has been hungry for safety will often stay too long where small signs of affection appear. This does not make you broken. It means there were places inside you still waiting to be held. And now those places do not need punishment. They need compassion. Blame says you should have known. Love says you know more now. Blame says, how could you let this happen? Love says you were trying to survive with the understanding you had at the time. Blame says you ruined everything. Love says you were learning through pain, and now you are learning through peace. There is a great difference between seeing clearly and attacking yourself. Seeing clearly helps you grow. Attacking yourself only repeats the wound. You cannot heal by becoming cruel to the part of you that already suffered. You heal by becoming the gentle voice that was missing. Sometimes you blame yourself because it feels safer than admitting that someone else did not know how to love you properly. If you blame yourself, then maybe you can believe you had control. Maybe you can believe that if you become better, quieter, stronger, prettier, more patient, more useful, more perfect, then no one will hurt you again. But this is not freedom. This is a prison built from fear. You do not have to become perfect to deserve safe love. You do not have to become less sensitive to deserve respect. You do not have to erase your needs to keep peace. Love that requires you to disappear is not love. It is another form of old pain. The truth is simple. even if the heart needs time to accept it. Some people could not love you from the depth you deserved because they did not have that depth within themselves. Some people could not be honest because they were not honest with themselves. Some people could not stay because they did not know how to be steady. Some people could not see your value because they were looking through their own wounds. Their inability was not your unworthiness. Their distance was not your failure. Your confusion was not proof that your heart was too much. You can stop turning someone else's limitation into your identity. Self-blame often sounds like responsibility, but it is not the same. Responsibility says, I can learn from this. I can choose differently now. I can honor myself more deeply. I can trust my inner voice. I can create better boundaries. Blame says, I am bad. I am foolish. I caused all of this. I do not deserve peace. Responsibility gives your power back. Blame steals it again. Responsibility helps you stand taller. Blame makes you shrink. Responsibility opens a door to healing. Blame locks you in the past. So when your mind begins to punish you, gently ask, is this helping me grow, or is this keeping me wounded? You are allowed to learn without hating yourself. You are allowed to look back and say, I would choose differently now, without turning that truth into shame. You are allowed to admit that something hurt you without making yourself the enemy. You are allowed to honor the lesson without carrying the guilt. The past version of you was not less worthy. The past version of you was doing the best they could with the love, safety, strength, and awareness available then. That version of you may have been lonely. That version of you may have been afraid. That version of you may have wanted so badly for things to become better. Meet that version with tenderness. They carried you until this moment. There may be moments when you look back and feel sadness for what you accepted. Let that sadness be honest, but do not let it become hatred toward yourself. Sadness can say, I wish I had been treated better. Sadness can say, I wish I had known my worth sooner. Sadness can say, I deserved more care than I received. These are healing truths. But shame says, I was stupid. I was weak. I should have been different. Shame does not heal. Shame repeats the voice of the wound. Let sadness come as a soft teacher, not as a weapon. Let it show you what your heart needed, and then let love answer that need now. When you stop blaming yourself, you begin to feel the pain underneath the blame. This can feel tender. You may discover that behind the self-criticism there is grief. Behind the anger there is heartbreak. Behind the regret there is a younger part of you that wanted to be chosen, protected, understood, or held. This is not a setback. This is the heart becoming honest. For a long time, blame may have kept you away from the deeper feeling. But now, love is strong enough to meet it. You can say to that tender part of you, I am sorry you had to carry this alone. I am sorry you thought it was your fault. I am here with you now. Self-forgiveness is not letting yourself escape the truth. It is allowing yourself to come back to life after the truth has been seen. It is saying, I can be honest without being cruel. I can learn without living in shame. I can grow without dragging guilt behind me. I can choose be tighter without rejecting who I was before. Forgiveness does not mean you approve of every choice you made. It means you refuse to keep hurting yourself because of choices made from pain, fear, confusion, or longing. It means you understand that you are a human being, not a machine. You were learning. You are still learning. And learning deserves patience. Old pain often wants a villain. Sometimes it makes you the villain because that feels easier than accepting how messy life can be. But healing does not require you to turn yourself into the enemy. You can see what happened with clear eyes. You can admit where you ignored your own needs. You can admit where you stayed silent. You can admit where you gave too much. You can admit where you allowed someone else's behavior to decide your worth. And still, you can hold yourself with love. Clear seeing and self-love can live together. In fact, they must. Without love, clear seeing becomes punishment. With love, clear seeing becomes freedom. You are not here to keep paying for the same pain forever. You are not here to spend your life trying to earn forgiveness from yourself. You are not here to build an identity around what you wish you had done differently. You are here to become wiser, softer, stronger, and freer. You are here to take the lesson and leave the shame. You are here to protect your heart without closing it. You are here to understand that your past choices were not proof of your lack of worth. They were signs of what needed healing, and now the healing is here. When you release self-blame, your body begins to feel safer. The heart no longer has to defend itself against your own inner voice. The mind no longer has to replay the same moment again and again, looking for the exact place where everything went wrong. The spirit no longer has to live under the heavy belief that it failed. Something opens. A little softness returns. A little room appears. You begin to feel that maybe you can be on your own side. Maybe you can stop speaking to yourself like someone who does not love you. Maybe you can become a friend to the places inside you that have been waiting for kindness. There is a deep peace in saying, I did not know then what I know now. There is freedom in saying, I can choose differently from here. There is healing in saying, I forgive myself for carrying blame that was never meant to live in my heart. These thoughts do not erase the past. They loosen its grip. They remind you that the past is a place you passed through, not a place you have to keep living. The old pain may still try to call your name, but your new love can answer louder. It can say, "We are not going back to that way of speaking to ourselves. We are not turning pain into identity. We are not using regret as a home." You can honor your growth without shaming your past. You can say, "I am proud of myself for seeing more clearly now. I am proud of myself for wanting peace. I am proud of myself for choosing healing even though part of me is still afraid. I am proud of myself for becoming the love I needed." This kind of pride is not ego. It is recognition. It is the soul acknowledging its own courage. You have carried old pain, and still you are here. You have felt blame, and still you are choosing love. You have known moments of confusion, and still your heart is reaching for light. That is not failure. That is strength. Let the old blame soften now. Let the harsh inner voice lose its power. Let the past version of you be held instead of judged. You do not have to keep asking why you were not enough. You were always enough. You were simply in places, patterns, or moments that could not reflect your worth clearly. You do not have to keep asking why love hurt. Love did not hurt you. The absence of love, the confusion around love, the fear inside people, the wounds they had not healed, those things hurt you. Real love does not make you smaller. Real love helps you return to yourself. And now you are learning to give that real love inward first. The more you stop blaming yourself, the more your heart begins to trust you. It begins to feel that you are no longer another voice of rejection. It begins to believe that you will listen when it hurts, that you will honor what it needs, that you will no longer call it weak for feeling deeply. This is how self-trust returns. Not through big promises, but through the way you respond to yourself in tender moments. Each kind thought is a repair. Each gentle response is a new foundation. Each moment of self-forgiveness teaches the heart, "I am safe with myself now." And when you are safe with yourself, you do not need to chase safety from places that cannot give it. You become more grounded. You become more honest. You begin to choose from worth instead of fear. The old pain no longer needs to push you toward people, situations, or thoughts that repeat the wound. You start to recognize what feels like peace and what feels like familiar pain. You start to understand that love is not something you must suffer to receive. Love is not a test you must pass. Love is not a prize for becoming perfect. Love is the energy you were created from, the energy you return to, the energy you now choose to become. There comes a time when the heart must stop waiting for the past to become different. It must stop standing at the door of yesterday, hoping someone will return with the love, care, apology, or understanding that was missing. This does not mean the need was wrong. It does not mean you should not have wanted love. It means your life is too precious to remain frozen in a place where love did not arrive the way you deserved. You can honor what you needed and still stop waiting there. You can admit what was missing and still begin filling your inner world with something new. You can become the love you were waiting for. Becoming the love you needed is not about pretending you do not need anyone. It is not about becoming hard, independent, in a wounded way, or closed to connection. It is about no longer abandoning yourself while you hope someone else will rescue you. It is about choosing to speak to yourself with the tenderness you once wished someone would offer. It is about becoming steady inside, so love from others becomes a blessing, not a lifeline. You are allowed to receive love from the world. You are allowed to be cared for, supported, held, and understood. But the foundation begins inside you. The first safe home must be within your own heart. Think of the younger part of you that needed kindness, the part that wanted to be told, you are good enough, you are safe, you are not too much, you are not a burden, you are loved even when you are not perfect. Maybe that part waited for years. Maybe it tried to earn love by being useful, quiet, strong, successful, agreeable, or easy to handle. Maybe it learned to hide sadness because sadness made others uncomfortable. Maybe it learned to perform happiness because that was safer than asking for help. That part of you does not need another demand today. It needs your presence. It needs to know that you are finally turning toward it. You can begin to give that part of yourself the words it never received. You can say, I am sorry you felt alone. I am sorry you thought you had to become perfect to be loved. I am sorry you learned to hide your needs. I am sorry you carried grown pain with a tender heart. I am here now. I will not leave you in the dark places of memory. I will not shame you for what you felt. I will not rush you to heal. I will stay with you as you become free. These words are not childish. They are deeply powerful. They reach the places logic cannot reach. They speak to the emotional body, to the inner child, to the soul. The love you needed may have looked like someone listening without judging. Become that listener for yourself. The love you needed may have looked like someone protecting your softness. Become that protector. The love you needed may have looked like someone choosing you without making you beg. Begin choosing yourself without begging the world for permission. The love you needed may have looked like someone saying, I believe you. Begin believing your own feelings. The love you needed may have looked like someone staying gentle during your hard moments. Begin staying gentle with yourself when your emotions rise. This is how the missing love returns. It returns through the way you decide to live with yourself now. Many people spend years trying to find someone who will finally make the old pain disappear. They look for a relationship, a friendship, a family approval, a success, a sign, a moment that will say, now you are worthy. But nothing outside can permanently heal the place inside that still rejects itself. Outside, love can support healing, but it cannot replace your own inner acceptance. If you do not believe you are worthy, even good love can feel unsafe. If you do not trust yourself, even kindness can feel temporary. If you do know how to receive, even blessings can be pushed away. This is why becoming the love you needed matters so much. It prepares your heart to receive without fear. When you begin loving yourself, you may notice old discomfort rising. A kind thought may feel strange. Rest may feel undeserved. Boundaries may feel selfish. Receiving may feel unsafe. This is not proof that self-love is wrong. It is proof that the old pattern is being touched. The mind often resists what is new, even when the new thing is healing. Keep choosing kindness. Keep choosing respect. Keep choosing the voice that helps you feel safe. With time, the body begins to understand. The heart begins to trust. The mind begins to accept that love does not have to be followed by loss, criticism, or pain. Becoming love does not mean you never feel anger. It does not mean you never grieve. It does not mean you never feel lonely. Love makes room for truth. Love does not tell you to smile over your wounds. Love says, tell the truth, but tell it with kindness. Love says, feel what you feel, but do not turn it into self-hate. Love says, remember what happened, but do not chain yourself to it. Love is not denial. Love is the safest place to be honest. When you love yourself, you can finally admit the depth of what hurt you, because you are no longer using that truth to destroy yourself. There is a difference between needing love and begging for it from a place of emptiness. Needing love is human. Begging for love from those who cannot give it is old pain repeating itself. When you become the love you needed, you do not stop needing connection. You stop betraying yourself to keep it. You stop accepting confusion as proof of passion. You stop calling crumbs a feast. You stop explaining your worth to people who benefit from you doubting it. Your love for yourself becomes a quiet boundary. It says, I can love you, but I will not abandon me. I can care, but I will not disappear. I can forgive, but I will not return to what breaks my peace. This is where your energy begins to change. You may become calmer around situations that used to control you. You may no longer feel the same pull toward people who make your heart feel unsafe. You may start choosing silence over arguments that drain you. You may start choosing rest over proving. You may start choosing peace over being right. You may begin noticing how much of your life was built around earning love, and how different it feels to live from the knowing that you are already worthy. This is not a small change. This is a new identity being born from love, not pain. The love you needed is patient. It does not demand that you heal on a schedule. It does not call you weak when an old memory hurts. It does not shame you when you take time to trust again. It understands that healing has layers. Some days you will feel open. Some days you will feel guarded. Some days you will feel strong. Some days you will need extra gentleness. Love remains steady through all of it. Love does not leave when healing looks messy. Love does not punish you for being human. Love stays. And when you become that love for yourself, you experience a kind of safety that no one can take away from you. You can become the voice that says, I am proud of you for continuing. You can become the arms that say, you can rest now. You can become the wisdom that says, this is not for me anymore. You can become the courage that says, I will choose differently. You can become the tenderness that says, I know that hurt, and I will not make you carry it alone. You can become the home that your heart searched for in other people. This does not mean people do not matter. It means you no longer make them responsible for filling every empty place inside you. You meet yourself first. Then you meet others from wholeness. The love you become will change your relationships. Some will deepen because they can meet the new version of you with respect. Some will fade because they were connected to your old self-abandonment. Some will become clearer because you will finally see the difference between care and control, between love and need, between support and dependence, between peace and familiar chaos. Do not fear these changes. When you begin loving yourself, your life begins rearranging around that love. What cannot honor your healing may fall away. What belongs with your peace will draw closer. Trust the movement of your life as your inner love becomes stronger. You are not becoming selfish. You are becoming honest. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming clear. You are not giving up on love. You are learning what love truly is. Love is not losing yourself to be chosen. Love is not shrinking to be accepted. Love is not silencing your heart to keep someone comfortable. Love is not carrying all the emotional weight alone. Love is not proving your worth through pain. Real love honors your being. Real love makes room for your truth. Real love does not require your self-abandonment. And the first place you must practice real love is within. Begin to notice how you speak to yourself when no one is listening. That private voice shapes your world. If it is harsh, the world feels harder. If it is fearful, the future feels unsafe. If it is full of shame, even blessings feel undeserved. But when your inner voice becomes kind, life begins to feel more possible. You become less afraid of your own feelings. You become more able to receive good. You become more patient with your growth. You begin to feel supported from within. The outer world may not change in one instant, but your relationship with yourself changes the way you meet everything. Say to your heart in your own quiet way, I will become the love I needed. I will not keep speaking to myself with the voice of old pain. I will not make my worth depend on who stayed, who left, who noticed, or who forgo. I will learn to care for myself with softness and respect. I will listen to my needs. I will honor my peace. I will protect the tender places in me without closing my whole heart. I will allow love to begin inside me and flow outward from there. These words are not a performance. They are a new way of belonging to yourself. There is something deeply beautiful about a person who has been hurt and still chooses to become love. Not because they deny pain, but because they refuse to let pain become their final shape. This is the path of healing, to take what broke your heart and not let it break your spirit, to take what made you feel unloved and use it as the reason you will never abandon yourself again, to take what made you feel unsafe and create a new inner safety so deep that your life begins to grow from it. This is how old pain becomes wisdom. This is how the wound becomes a doorway. You may have waited for love in many places. You may have waited in relationships, in family, in approval, in success, in someone finally understanding your heart. But today, love begins closer than all of that. It begins in the way you hold your own inner world. It begins in the way you stop rejecting your tender feelings. It begins in the way you choose not to insult yourself when you are struggling. It begins in the way you let yourself be human. The love you needed was never meant to remain forever outside you. It was meant to awaken within you, steady and warm, until your whole life began to feel different. And as that love grows, you will no longer feel the same need to chase what is not choosing you. You will no longer mistake anxiety for love. You will no longer confuse being needed with being valued. You will no longer feel proud of carrying pain silently. You will understand that your softness is sacred. Your peace is worth protecting. Your heart is worth honoring. Your presence is enough. You do not need to become more lovable. You need to stop agreeing with the pain that told you otherwise. You need to let love tell the truth now. The truth is this: you are worthy of the same love you give so freely. You are worthy of patience. You are worthy of kindness. You are worthy of steady care. You are worthy of words that do not wound you. You are worthy of peace that does not disappear the moment you relax. You are worthy of a life where your heart feels safe to open. And if no one gave you that truth before, give it to yourself now. Let it become the ground beneath you. Let it become the voice that leads you forward. Let it become the love you were waiting for. The old story may have followed you for a long time. It may have told you who you are, what you deserve, what always happens, what never works, and what love means. It may have sounded so familiar that you stopped questioning it. Maybe the story said, "I am always the one who gets hurt." Maybe it said, "I am too much." Maybe it said, "I am not chosen." Maybe it said, "I must work hard for every little bit of love." Maybe it said, "People leave when they see the real me." Maybe it said, "Peace is for other people, not for me." But an old story is not the same as truth. It is a pattern of thought that has been repeated until it feels real. You are allowed to release the story that was built from pain. You are allowed to stop using your hardest moments as proof of what your future must be. You are allowed to stop introducing yourself to life as the one who was hurt, rejected, forgotten, betrayed, or left behind. Yes, those things may have happened. Yes, they may have changed you. Yes, they may have shaped parts of your heart. But they are not the whole of you. They are chapters, not your name. They are experiences, not your soul. You are more than what wounded you. You are more than what you had to survive. The old story often returns when something new begins. When love comes close, the story says, "Be careful, this will hurt." When peace arrives, the story says, "Do not trust it, it will not last." When opportunity appears, the story says, "You will lose it." When someone treats you kindly, the story says, "Wait for the disappointment." This is not intuition. This is memory trying to control the future. True intuition feels clear, steady, and calm. Old pain feels urgent, tense, and fearful. Learning the difference is part of your healing. You do not need to obey every fear just because it sounds familiar. To release the old story, you must first notice how often you repeat it. You may repeat it in the words you say about yourself. You may repeat it in the people you choose. You may repeat it in the way you expect disappointment before anything has even happened. You may repeat it in the way you explain your life. This always happens to me. I never receive what I need. I am not lucky in love. I cannot trust anyone. I am too damaged. These words matter. They are not small. They are instructions to your inner world. They tell your heart what to expect. They tell your mind what to search for. They tell your body how safe or unsafe to feel. This does not mean you must police every thought with fear. That would only create more tension. It means you begin to listen with love. When you hear the old story, you do not attack yourself. You simply recognize it. You say, "This is the old pain speaking. This is the old pattern trying to protect me. I understand why it is here, but I do not have to build my life around it anymore." Then you offer a new story, a kinder story, a truer story. I am learning to feel safe. I am worthy of love that honors me. I can trust myself to choose what is good for me. My past is not my prison. My heart is healing. The old story may say, "I was not loved, so I must not be lovable." The new story says, "I was not loved properly by some, but I am still worthy of real love." The old story may say, "I made mistakes, so I cannot trust myself." The new story says, "I have learned from my past, and I can make wiser choices now." The old story may say, "I was left, so I will always be left." The new story says, "Someone leaving did not remove my value." The old story may say, "I am broken." The new story says, "I am healing, and healing is a sacred return to myself." These new thoughts are not lies. They are the truth that pain tried to hide. Releasing the old story does not always happen all at once. A story repeated for years may echo for a while. Be patient with the echo. Do not mistake the echo for a command. Do not think you have failed because an old fear returned. It is only a pattern asking if it still has authority. Each time you answer with love, its power weakens. Each time you choose a new thought, the new path becomes stronger. Each time you refuse to turn pain into identity, freedom grows. This is how the inner life changes, softly, repeatedly, honestly, through loving awareness. Your story is not only what happened to you, it is also what you decide it means. Pain may have told you it meant you were not enough. Love tells you it meant you needed care. Pain may have told you it meant you were unwanted. Love tells you it meant some people were unable to recognize your worth. Pain may have told you it meant you should close your heart. Love tells you it meant you needed stronger boundaries and deeper self-trust. The meaning can change. And when the meaning changes, the emotional weight begins to change too. You are no longer trapped in the same interpretation. You are free to see with wiser eyes. There is great power in saying, I do not need to keep proving my pain. Some people keep old wounds alive because they fear that if they heal, then what happened will not matter. But healing does not erase the importance of your pain. Healing honors it by refusing to let it destroy the rest of your life. You do not need to suffer forever to prove that something hurt. You do not need to stay wounded to prove that it mattered. You can become peaceful and still know the truth. You can become happy and still honor what you survived. You can become whole without betraying the part of you that was hurt. The old story may also be connected to loyalty. You may feel loyal to the version of you that suffered. You may feel that becoming free means leaving that version behind. But you are not leaving them. You are bringing them with you into safety. You are saying, come with me. We do not live there anymore. We do not have to keep sleeping in the house of old pain. We can build something softer now. We can build a place where love speaks kindly, where rest is allowed, where feelings are heard, where worth is not questioned every morning. You are not abandoning your wounded self. You are rescuing them from the story that kept them trapped. Sometimes releasing the old story means grieving the life you wish you had. The love you wish came sooner. The protection you wish you received. The words you wish someone had spoken. The years you wish felt lighter. This grief is real. It deserves respect. But grief can move through you without becoming your whole identity. You can grieve and grow. You can cry and still choose hope. You can miss what was missing and still begin giving yourself what is possible now. The heart is wide enough for both truth and new life. You do not have to choose between honoring your pain and welcoming peace. You can do both. A new story begins with the way you describe yourself. Stop calling yourself damaged. You are healing. Stop calling yourself too sensitive. You are deeply feeling, and your feelings are asking to be understood. Stop calling yourself needy. You are human, and your needs matter. Stop calling yourself weak. You have carried what others may never know. Stop calling yourself hard to love. You have simply not always been loved by those with the capacity to meet you. The words you use for yourself become the house your spirit lives in. Build a house that feels like kindness. A new story also begins with what you allow into your life. If the old story made you chase, the new story teaches you to receive. If the old story made you overgive, the new story teaches balance. If the old story made you accept confusion, the new story teaches clarity. If the old story made you fear being alone, the new story teaches you that being with yourself can be safe, calm, and healing. Every choice becomes a sentence in the new story. Every boundary says, I matter. Every moment of rest says, I do not need to earn my right to be here. Every kind thought says, love lives here now. You can also release the old story by refusing to rehearse it every night in your mind. The mind may want to replay what happened, what was said, what should have been different, what you wish you had done. Sometimes reflection helps, but endless replaying can become another form of suffering. When the mind begins circling the same pain, guide it back with gentleness. Tell yourself, I have learned what I needed to learn from this. I do not need to keep reliving it to be safe. I can carry the wisdom without carrying the wound in the same way. This is how you stop making the past your daily home. The new story does not need to be dramatic. It can be simple. I am learning to love myself. I am safe to grow beyond old pain. I can choose peace today. I can trust my heart to heal. I can receive love without losing myself. I can let life be kinder than my past. I can become the love I needed. These thoughts may seem small compared to years of old belief, but small seeds can become strong roots. The mind changes through what it is given again and again. Give it love. Give it truth. Give it words that lead you back to yourself. There is a beautiful moment in healing when you realize the old story no longer fits. It may still be there, but it does not feel like home anymore. You may notice that the same thoughts no longer have the same pull. The same patterns no longer feel as comfortable. The same people no longer feel as powerful over you. The same pie no longer defines your whole day. This is freedom beginning quietly. You may not announce it to anyone. You may not even understand it fully at first. But inside, something has shifted. The old story has lost its throne. Love is becoming the new guide. Do not be surprised if the old story tries to return when you are growing. Growth often makes old patterns nervous. When you begin choosing yourself, The old belief may say, "Who do you think you are?" When you begin setting boundaries, it may say, "You are being selfish." When you begin receiving love, it may say, "This cannot be real." When you begin feeling peace, it may say, "Something bad will happen. Do not panic." This is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that the old pattern is being challenged. Answer it with calm truth. I am allowed to grow. I am allowed to heal. I am allowed to live differently now. You are not betraying anyone by becoming free. You are not betraying your past by becoming happy. You are not betraying your pain by becoming peaceful. You are not betraying the old version of yourself by becoming wiser. You are honoring every part of your journey by refusing to let suffering be the final word. The old story had its time. It explained your fear. It explained your protection. It explained why you closed. But now a new story is ready. A story where you are not only surviving, a story where you are not only remembering what hurt, a story where you are becoming the love that heals. Let the new story be gentle but strong. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become with love. I am not the pain I carried. I am the wisdom rising from it. I am not the voice that said I was not enough. I am the truth that says I have always been worthy. I am not the closed door. I am the path opening inside me now. I am not waiting for the past to love me. I am becoming love in the present. I am free to live from peace. I am free to choose myself. I am free to begin again. And as you release the old story, life begins to feel wider. The future no longer has to look like the past. Love no longer has to feel like fear. Rest no longer has to feel like guilt. Being alone no longer has to feel like abandonment. A quiet day no longer has to feel empty. Your own heart no longer has to feel like a place you avoid. You are creating a new inner world, and from that inner world, new outer choices will come. You will speak differently. You will choose differently. You will notice differently. You will receive differently, because the story inside you is changing. This is how you free yourself from old pain, not by denying it, not by forcing it away, not by pretending you were never hurt. You free yourself by no longer letting the hurt become the author of your life. You take the pen back. You write with love. You write with self-respect. You write with forgiveness. You write with hope. You write with the quiet power of someone who has finally decided that the past may explain the wound, but it will not define the soul. The new story has already begun. Your heart has heard the old language for long enough. It has heard words of fear, words of doubt, words of blame, words that made love feel far away. It has heard the quiet thoughts you never said out loud. I am not enough. I always lose what I love. I should have been different. I cannot trust myself. I do not know how to begin again. These thoughts may have moved through you for so long that they started to feel normal, but they were never the language of your soul. They were the language of pain. And now your heart is ready to learn something new. A heart that has been hurt does not need to be shouted at. It does not need to be pushed into healing. It does not need to be told to hurry. It needs a new voice, a steady voice, a kind voice, a voice that can stay gentle even when old feelings rise. This new voice may feel unfamiliar in the beginning because the old pain may be used to criticism. But unfamiliar does not mean false. Sometimes the truth feels strange at first because the heart has spent so many years listening to what was never true. Let the new language come softly. Let it come through the way you speak to yourself when you are tired, when you are scared, when you are remembering what hurt you. Let it come through the way you choose not to abandon yourself anymore. The words you give yourself matter. They become the air your inner life breathes. If you speak to yourself with harshness, your heart tightens. If you speak to yourself with shame, your body begins to feel unsafe. If you speak to yourself like a burden, your spirit becomes heavy. But when you speak with love, something inside you begins to trust again. Your heart does not need perfect words. It needs honest words. It needs healing words. It needs words that tell the truth without cruelty. It needs words that say, I know this hurts, but I am here. I know you are tired, but you are not alone. I know the past was heavy, but the future does not have to carry the same weight. This is how you teach your heart a new language. You stop repeating the sentences that keep you small. You stop calling yourself difficult because you have needs. You stop calling yourself weak because you feel deeply. You stop calling yourself unlovable because someone did not know how to love you. You stop using the old pain as proof against your own worth. Each time the old sentence rises, you offer a new one, not with pressure, not with a fight, but with love. The old voice says, I was not chosen. The new voice says, my value was never decided by who could not choose me. The old voice says, I always get hurt. The new voice says, I am learning to choose what honors me. The old voice says, I am broken. The new voice says, I am healing, and healing is already happening within me. Your heart listens closely to repetition. Whatever you repeat becomes familiar. This is why old pain can feel so powerful. It may not be stronger than love. It may only be more practiced. But now love can be practiced too. Peace can be practiced. Self-respect can be practiced. Trust can be practiced. You can give your heart new words until those words become new feelings, and those feelings become new choices, and those choices become a new life. Do not underestimate the power of a simple, loving sentence. A sentence can interrupt years of inner cruelty. A sentence can open a door inside the mind. A sentence can remind the body that it is no longer living in the old moment. Let the language be simple. I am safe to love myself now. I release the pain that no longer belongs in my heart. I become the love I once needed. I choose peace over the old story. I am worthy of kindness, healing, and love. These are not empty words. These are seeds. These are messages to the deepest places in you. These are new instructions for the part of your mind that learned to expect pain. Every time you speak a loving truth to yourself, you are teaching your inner world that something has changed. You are telling the wounded places that they are no longer in charge. You are telling the heart that it does not have to live in defense forever. Maybe the first time you speak kindly to yourself, your mind argues. Maybe it says, "This is not true." Maybe it says, "You do not deserve this." Maybe it says, "Love has never stayed." Do not be afraid of that resistance. It is only the old pattern protecting itself. It has lived inside you for a long time, and it does not know yet that love is safe. So do not attack it. Do not shame it. Answer it with patience. Tell yourself, "I understand why this feels hard. I understand why love feels new. I understand why trust takes time. And still, I am choosing a kinder way." This is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. Speak to the part of you that doubts healing without becoming angry at it. That doubtful part is not your enemy. It is a part of you that was disappointed before. It is a part of you that learned not to expect too much. It is a part of you that tried to keep you from being hurt again. It does not need to be pushed away. It needs to be shown a new truth. It needs to see that you can protect yourself with wisdom, not fear. It needs to see that you can open your heart without giving away your power. It needs to see that love can be calm. The new language of your heart is not only made of affirmations. It is made of the way you respond to yourself in ordinary moments. When you make a mistake, do you attack yourself or do you guide yourself? When you feel sad, do you tell yourself to stop or do you let yourself feel with dignity? When you need rest, do you call yourself lazy or do you understand that your body is asking for care? When an old memory returns, do you drown in it or do you remind yourself that you are here now, not back there? These responses are the real language your heart learns from. Love is not only what you say when life is easy. Love is how you stay with yourself when something hurts. There is a voice inside you that can become your safe place. It may have been quiet for a long time, but it is still there. It sounds like kindness. It sounds like truth. It sounds like a warm hand on the heart. It says, "You are doing better than you think." It says, "You do not have to be perfect to be loved." It says, "You are allowed to need care." It says, "You are allowed to change your mind." It says, "You are allowed to release what keeps hurting you." It says, "You are not the pain. You are the love that is learning how to rise after pain." When you speak this way, your whole life begins to listen. Your body listens. Your choices listen. Your relationships listen. Your energy listens. You may begin to notice that you no longer feel comfortable in places that require you to hate yourself. You may find it harder to stay in conversations that make you feel small. You may stop laughing at jokes that wound your own spirit. You may stop saying yes when your heart is asking for rest. This is how inner language becomes outer change. The words you plant inside begin to grow into boundaries, choices, and peace. The heart that once believed it had to chase love can learn to receive. The heart that once believed it had to earn kindness can learn to expect respect. The heart that once believed pain was normal can learn that peace is not boring, it is safe. The heart that once believed it was too much can learn that the right love does not require you to become less. You are not training yourself to need nothing. You are teaching yourself to stop needing what hurts you. You are teaching yourself that love is not supposed to make you disappear. Love is meant to help you become more fully yourself. Your new language can be used in the quietest moments. When you wake and the old heaviness tries to return, you can say, "Today I will be gentle with myself." When you look in the mirror and the old criticism appears, you can say, "I am learning to see myself with love." When you think about the past and feel the ache, you can say, "That happened, but it is not happening now." When you feel afraid to trust life, you can say, "I do not need to know everything to be held by life." When you feel alone, you can say, "I am here with myself, and I will not abandon my heart today." Little by little, these words become a home. The mind begins to rest in them. The body begins to soften around them. The heart begins to believe that love is no longer only something it must search for outside. Love is becoming the atmosphere within, and from that atmosphere, everything changes. You no longer move through life from the same hunger. You no longer accept the same confusion. You no longer need someone else to speak kindly before you are allowed to feel worthy. You become the first voice of love in your own life. This is not about pretending you never need support. You are human. You deserve support. You deserve care. You deserve people who speak gently to your heart. But when your own inner language becomes loving, you are no longer empty while waiting. You are no longer begging the world to give you the basic kindness you refuse to give yourself. You become steady enough to receive love without clinging to it. You become clear enough to know when something is love and when something is old pain in a new shape. You become strong enough to leave what harms you and soft enough to welcome what heals you. The old pain had its language. It spoke through fear, through shame, through overthinking, through self-doubt. Now love has its language too. It speaks through peace, through patience, through forgiveness, through honest boundaries, through quiet self-respect. It tells you that your heart is not a problem. It tells you that your needs are not too much. It tells you that your past is not your prison. It tells you that you can become the love you once waited for. Let this language become familiar. Let it become natural. Let it become the voice you return to when life feels uncertain. There is a sacred power in changing the way you speak within, because when the inner voice changes, the inner world changes. When the inner world changes, the outer life begins to follow. You begin to make decisions from worth instead of fear. You begin to rest without guilt. You begin to love without losing yourself. You begin to let the old pain pass through without letting it take control. You begin to understand that the love you needed was never lost forever. It has been waiting inside you, ready to be awakened by your own kindness. Old pain does not only live in memory, it can live in the body too. It can settle into the shoulders as heaviness. It can sit in the chest as tightness. It can rest in the stomach as worry. It can hold the jaw closed when words were never spoken. It can make the hands grip, the breath become shallow, the heart stay guarded. The body is honest. It remembers what the mind tries to move past too quickly. It carries the emotional weight that was never given a safe place to land. So when you begin to heal, your body must be included in the love. Your body has been with you through every chapter. It carried you through the days when your heart felt heavy. It breathed for you when you did not know how to keep going. It held your tears, your fear, your silence, your hope. Even when you criticized it, it kept serving you. Even when you ignored it, it kept trying to protect you. Even when you felt disconnected from it, it remained your home. Your body is not your enemy. It is a loyal friend that has been asking for gentleness. It is not here to be judged. It is here to be listened to. When you start becoming the love you needed, your body begins to receive a new message. It no longer has to stay ready for pain every moment. It no longer has to brace for rejection before love even arrives. It no longer has to hold every old word in the chest, every old fear in the stomach, every old grief in the throat. Love tells the body, you are safe to soften. You are safe to release what has been too heavy. You are safe to come out of survival. You are safe to rest in this moment. This message may take time to feel real, but the body understands kindness when it is repeated with sincerity. There may be places in you that have been tight for years. You may not even notice them until peace begins to enter. Sometimes the body has held tension for so long that tension feels normal. A quiet jaw, relaxed shoulders, an open chest, a calm stomach, these may feel new. Let them be new. Let your body learn the shape of peace. You do not have to force relaxation. You do not have to command the body to let go. You can simply create an inner atmosphere where letting go feels possible. A body does not soften under attack. It softens in safety. Speak to your body with the same love you are learning to give your heart. Tell your shoulders, You do not have to carry everything now. Tell your chest you are allowed to open slowly. Tell your stomach you do not have to hold every fear. Tell your throat your truth matters. Tell your hands you do not have to grip the past. Tell your whole being, I am here with you. I am learning to care for you. I am sorry for the times I called you weak when you were only tired. I am sorry for the times I ignored your signals. I am listening now. This is not only emotional work. This is deep inner repair. When the heart feels safe, the body begins to stop fighting against life. When the body softens, the mind becomes clearer. When the mind becomes clearer, the heart can hear love more easily. Everything within you is connected. A softer thought can change the breath. A kinder word can loosen the chest. A moment of self-forgiveness can release years of hidden tension. You are not divided into separate pieces. You are one whole being, and love moves through every part of you. Old pain may have taught your body to expect the worst. Maybe love once came with criticism. Maybe closeness came with fear. Maybe silence came before rejection. Maybe peace never lasted long enough for your body to trust it. So your body learned to prepare. It learned to stay alert. It learned to scan for danger. It learned to hold itself tightly. Do not judge this. Your body was trying to protect you. It was doing its best with what it knew. Now you are teaching it that not every present moment is the past returning. You are teaching it that this is now. You are teaching it that you have more choice, more wisdom, more love than before. Healing the body begins with listening. Notice where the old pain lives, not with fear, but with tenderness. Does your heart feel guarded when love is mentioned? Does your stomach tighten when you think about trusting again? Does your throat close when you want to speak your needs? Does your back ache from carrying responsibilities that were never meant to be yours alone? Each sensation is not an enemy. It is communication. Your body is telling the story in its own language. And when you listen with love, the story begins to change. You can meet these places with warmth, not by demanding that they disappear, but by allowing them to be held. The tightness in the chest may be sadness asking for compassion. The heaviness in the shoulders may be responsibility asking to be shared. The tension in the jaw may be truth asking for permission. The knot in the stomach may be fear asking for safety. The tiredness in the whole body may be the soul asking to stop proving. When you understand the message, you stop fighting the messenger. You begin to care for yourself in a new way. Let your body know that old pain does not have to be carried as proof anymore. You do not have to keep tension in your muscles to show that something hurt. You do not have to keep your heart closed to prove that you learned. You do not have to stay guarded every moment to stay wise. Wisdom can live in a relaxed body. Boundaries can live in an open heart. Strength can live in softness. You can be gentle and protected. You can be calm and clear. You can be loving and discerning. The body does not need fear to keep you safe when self-trust begins to grow. As you become the love you needed, your body may ask for new kinds of care. It may ask for rest without guilt. It may ask for slower mornings. It may ask for quiet after emotional conversations. It may ask for food that feels loving, movement that feels kind, silence that feels peaceful, spaces that feel safe. Listen. These needs are not weakness. They are your body returning to balance. For so long you may have pushed through everything. You may have ignored tiredness, swallowed pain, and called it strength. But now strength is becoming different. Strength is the courage to care for yourself before you collapse. Strength is respecting the body that carries your life. You are allowed to be tender with your nervous system. You are allowed to choose calm where you once chose chaos. You are allowed to step away from conversations that make your body feel unsafe. You are allowed to notice when someone's energy feels like old pain. You are allowed to trust the quiet signals inside you. You do not need to explain every boundary to make it valid. Your peace matters. Your body matters. Your sense of safety matters. The love you are becoming is not only emotional, it is practical. It changes what you allow near your body, your mind, and your heart. Old pain may have made you leave your body. You may have lived mostly in your mind, thinking, planning, fearing, replaying, preparing. But healing brings you back into the present. It brings you back into the warmth of your hands, the rhythm of your breath, the steadiness of the ground beneath you, the quiet truth of being alive. The body lives in the present. That is why returning to the body helps free you from the past. The mind can travel backward into old wounds and forward into fear, but the body is here. And here is where healing begins. Your body does not need to be perfect to deserve love. It does not need to look a certain way. It does not need to perform, please, or prove. It has carried you through every season. It deserves gratitude. It deserves care. It deserves gentle words. If old pain taught you to criticize your body, let love teach you to bless it. Bless the heart that kept beating. Bless the lungs that kept breathing. Bless the hands that kept reaching for life. Bless the feet that kept moving, even through difficult days. Bless the eyes that still look for beauty. Bless the whole body for staying with you. There is a deep release that happens when the body finally understands. I am no longer being punished for the past. I am no longer being used as a place to store unspoken pain. I am no longer being ignored until I scream. I am loved now. I am heard now. I am safe now. This release may not happen in one dramatic moment. It may come in small waves, a softer chest, a calmer morning, a deeper rest, a lighter feeling after speaking kindly to yourself, a moment where you realize you did not react from fear the way you once did. These small signs matter. They are evidence that love is reaching the body. Let your body become a place of return, not a place of battle. Let it be the home where your soul can rest. Let it be the sacred space where old pain is met with kindness and slowly released. You do not have to keep living as if danger is always near. You can learn to feel safe in your own presence. You can learn to let peace enter your muscles, your breath, your heart, your thoughts. You can learn to live from softness without losing your strength. The body can finally soften because the love it needed is arriving from within you. And as the body softens, old pain loses one of its strongest homes. The past may still be remembered, but it is no longer being carried in the same tight way. The wound may still have meaning, but it is no longer controlling your breath. Your whole being begins to understand that healing is not only an idea, it is a lived experience. It is the way your shoulders drop when you stop blaming yourself. It is the way your chest opens when you speak a kind sentence. It is the way your stomach settles when you choose trust over fear. It is the way your body says, yes, I can rest here. I can be loved here. I can be free here. The new version of you is not built through self-hate. It is not built by attacking the old version. It is not built by pretending you never hurt or by forcing yourself to move faster than your heart can go. Your new self is built with love. It is built through every gentle choice you make after years of being hard on yourself. It is built through every moment you choose peace instead of the old reaction. It is built through every boundary, every kind word, every honest feeling, every decision to stop abandoning yourself. This new self is not a rejection of who you were. It is the freedom of who you have always been beneath the pain. You are not becoming someone new because the old you was wrong. The old you was surviving. The old you was trying to be loved. The old you was making choices from wounds that had not yet been understood. The old you carried more than people knew. The old you needed safety, guidance, and tenderness. So do not look back with disgust. Look back with compassion. That version of you brought you here. That version of you kept going. That version of you held on long enough for healing to become possible. Your new self does not rise by rejecting the old self. Your new self rises by loving every part of you back into wholeness. This is why love is the foundation. Without love, change becomes another punishment. Without love, growth becomes pressure. Without love, healing becomes a task you can fail. But with love, everything softens. Growth becomes a return. Healing becomes a relationship with yourself. Change becomes an act of care. You are not trying to become worthy. You are learning to live from the worth that was always there. You are not trying to become lovable. You are letting go of every belief that told you otherwise. You are not trying to become whole. You are remembering the wholeness that old pain covered. The new self speaks differently. It does not say, I am damaged. It says, I am healing. It does not say, I always choose wrong. It says, I am learning to choose with more love. It does not say, I cannot trust anyone. It says, I can trust myself to notice what feels safe and what does not. It does not say, I am too late. It says, my life can open in new ways from where I am now. It does not say, I must earn rest. It says, rest is part of my healing. These new words are not small. They are the sound of your identity changing. Your new self chooses differently too. It may choose silence instead of explaining your worth to someone who does not want to understand. It may choose distance from what keeps wounding you. It may choose rest before exhaustion becomes collapse. It may choose honest communication instead of quiet resentment. It may choose people who bring peace instead of people who awaken old fear. It may choose to receive help instead of proving strength through loneliness. These choices may feel unfamiliar, but they are signs of growth. They show that your life is no longer being led only by old pain. As you become this new self, some parts of your life may shift. You may no longer fit in places where you had to shrink. You may no longer feel drawn to people who only knew how to love the wounded version of you. You may no longer enjoy conversations built on complaint, shame, or fear. You may no longer feel proud of being constantly available while secretly empty. This does not mean you are losing yourself. It means you are coming home to yourself. The more love you give your own heart, the less you can betray it for approval. Some people may not understand your healing. They may be used to the old version of you who said yes when you wanted to say no. They may be used to the old version who carried everything quietly. They may be used to the old version who accepted less because asking for more felt dangerous. When you begin to change, they may call you different. They may call you distant. They may call you selfish. But sometimes people call you selfish when you stop serving their comfort at the cost of your own soul. Let your heart stay clear. You can be loving without losing yourself. You can be kind without being controlled. You can be compassionate without reopening old wounds. Your new self is not cold. Your new self is wise. It has learned that love without self-respect becomes self-abandonment. It has learned that forgiveness without boundaries can become another doorway to pain. It has learned that peace is worth protecting. It has learned that the body speaks, the heart knows, and the soul should not be ignored. This wisdom did not come easily. It came through living, feeling, falling, learning, and rising. Honor it. Do not apologize for becoming wiser. Do not apologize for wanting a life that feels softer and more honest. The new self is built through patience. There will be days when old pain feels loud again. There will be moments when you react from fear. There will be times when you miss what hurt you because it was familiar. There will be days when you speak kindly to yourself and still feel the old ache. This does not mean you are failing. Healing is not about never feeling the wound. It is about no longer letting the wound lead every choice. It is about returning to love when fear has spoken. It is about noticing the old pattern and choosing again. Every return matters. Every loving correction matters. Every moment of awareness matters. Do not demand perfection from the new self. Let it be real. Let it be human. Let it be soft in some places and strong in others. Let it be learning. Let it be growing. Let it have questions. Let it need rest. Let it celebrate small changes. Let it be proud of choosing peace even when the old story tried to pull it back. The new self is not a finished statue. It is a living garden. It needs care, light, patience, and loving attention. And it will grow beautifully when you stop digging it up to check if it is growing fast enough. You are building a self that knows how to stay. Not stay in harmful places, but stay with your own heart. A self that does not run from feelings. A self that does not punish sadness. A self that does not silence needs. A self that does not confuse love with chasing. A self that can say, I am here with you, even when life feels uncertain. This is the love you needed, not a perfect life, not a life without pain, but an inner presence that remains kind, steady, and true. Your new self will begin to trust life in a different way, not with blind hope, not with denial, but with a deeper knowing that you can meet what comes without abandoning yourself. You can trust that if something leaves, your worth remains. If something changes, your center remains. If someone cannot love you well, your own love remains. If the path turns, your inner guidance remains. This kind of trust is not fragile. It does not depend on everything going perfectly. It depends on the relationship you are building with yourself. You may begin to notice beauty again. Old pain can make the world feel narrow. It can make every day feel like another thing to survive. But love opens the senses. You may notice the warmth of sunlight, the comfort of quiet, the sweetness of a kind word, the relief of a calm evening, the strength in your own breathing. These may seem ordinary, but they are signs of life returning. When the heart is no longer consumed by survival, it begins to see again. It begins to receive again. It begins to understand that peace is not only a big future event. Peace can visit in small moments, and those small moments can grow. Your new self is built from the truth that you are allowed to be loved without suffering first. You are allowed to receive without proving. You are allowed to rest without earning. You are allowed to be respected without begging. You are allowed to be heard without becoming smaller. You are allowed to have needs without shame. You are allowed to live a life that does not feel like constant emotional labor. This may be different from what old pain taught you, but it is not too good for you. It is closer to the truth of who you are. Love will become your standard. Not dramatic love, not confusing love, not love that disappears when you express yourself, not love that asks you to carry everything. A steadier love, a love that feels respectful, a love that brings out your softness without using it against you, a love that makes room for honesty, a love that does not require you to betray your own heart to keep it. And because you are learning to give yourself this kind of love, you will recognize it more clearly when it appears outside you. The new self is also built through release. You release the need to be understood by everyone. You release the need to keep proving your pain. You release the need to make the past different. You release the belief that you must stay loyal to suffering. You release the habit of choosing people who confirm your old wounds. You release the harsh voice that made healing feel impossible. Each release creates space. Space for peace. Space for joy. Space for new choices. Space for love that does not feel like survival. You are becoming someone who can hold the past with compassion, but no longer live inside it. You are becoming someone who can remember the wound without worshiping it. You are becoming someone who can love deeply without losing yourself. You are becoming someone who understands that your softness is not weakness. It is the proof that pain did not destroy your heart. It is the proof that life is still moving through you. It is a proof that love is stronger than the story that tried to close you. Let yourself be proud of this becoming. You have done quiet work that no one may ever fully see. You have faced thoughts that once controlled you. You have carried grief and still looked for healing. You have questioned old beliefs. You have chosen love in places where shame used to live. You have begun to become the safe voice you always needed. That is powerful. That is sacred. That is not small. A person who chooses love after pain is not weak. A person who chooses softness after survival is brave. A person who chooses healing after heartbreak is already becoming free. Your new self is not waiting far away. It is showing up in the way you speak to yourself today. It is showing up in the moment you choose not to return to what hurts. It is showing up when you let your body rest. It is showing up when you honor your needs. It is showing up when you tell the old pain, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but love will lead now." Each of these moments is part of the new life. Each one is a brick in the home you are building within yourself. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not too wounded. You are not starting from nothing. You are starting from wisdom. You are starting from honesty. You are starting from a heart that has survived and still wants to love. The old pain may have shaped the beginning, but it does not get to write the ending. Love is writing now. Peace is writing now. Self-respect is writing now. And the new self being built within you is stronger, softer, clearer, and more alive than the pain ever allowed you to believe. There is a place within you that old pain could never touch. It may have been covered. It may have been forgotten. It may have been hidden behind fear, shame, grief, or years of trying to be strong. But it was never destroyed. This place is your inner home. It is the quiet center where love still lives. It is the part of you that knows you are worthy without needing proof. It is the part that remembers peace, even after long seasons of heaviness. It is the part that has been waiting for you to return, not with judgment, but with tenderness. To be free from old pain does not mean you never remember. It means the memory no longer rules you. It means you can look back and still remain connected to the present. It means you can acknowledge what happened without giving it control over your whole heart. It means the past becomes a teacher, not a master. It means the wound becomes part of your wisdom, not your identity. Freedom is not the absence of history. Freedom is the presence of love, where pain once had the loudest voice. You are loved now, not when you become perfect, not when you finish healing, not when everyone understands you, not when the past finally makes sense. You are loved in the middle of your becoming. You are loved with tender places. You are loved with questions. You are loved with scars. You are loved on the days when you feel strong and on the days when you feel unsure. Love is not waiting for you at the finish line. Love is walking with you through every step of the return. The love you needed is not gone. It is not lost in the hands of people who could not give it. It is not trapped in an old memory. It is not locked behind an apology. It is alive inside you now. Every time you choose kindness, it grows. Every time you forgive yourself, it grows. Every time you protect your peace, it grows. Every time you speak to your heart with gentleness, it grows. You are not waiting for love to rescue you. You are becoming the love that helps you rise. Let yourself come home. Come home from the old story. Come home from the belief that you are hard to love. Come home from the endless trying to prove your worth. Come home from the places where your heart had to shrink. Come home from the habit of blaming yourself for what hurt you. Come home from the fear that peace is not meant for you. Come home to the simple truth that you belong to yourself. Your heart can be a safe place now. Your inner voice can be gentle now. Your life can begin to feel softer now. You do not have to carry the old pain into every tomorrow. You can take the wisdom and leave the wound with love. You can remember the lesson without repeating the suffering. You can keep the strength without keeping the bitterness. You can keep the awareness without keeping the fear. You can keep the compassion without keeping the self-abandonment. This is healing. It is not losing what you learned. It is no longer bleeding from what taught you. There is no need to fight the past anymore. Fighting keeps you tied to it. Love releases. Love says, I see what happened. I honor what it cost me. I will not pretend it did not matter, but I will not let it take the rest of my life. I will not let it decide how much joy I can receive. I will not let it decide how safe love can feel. I will not let it decide how kindly I speak to myself. I am choosing a new way. I am choosing peace. I am choosing myself. The old pain may still visit sometimes, but it does not have to move in again. It may knock through a memory, a feeling, a familiar fear, or a tender moment. When it does, you can meet it differently. You do not have to panic. You do not have to believe every story it brings. You can say, I know you. I understand why you are here, but I am not the same person I was when you first arrived. I have love now. I have awareness now. I have a softer place within myself now. You can pass through, but you cannot lead me anymore. This is the beauty of healing. You do not become untouched by life. You become deeply connected to yourself through life. You learn how to hold your own hand through difficulty. You learn how to speak truth without cruelty. You learn how to rest without guilt. You learn how to open without losing yourself. You learn how to love without begging. You learn how to trust your body, your heart, your inner knowing. You learn that home is not only a place outside you. Home is the way you return to yourself with love. You are free to live from this new place. Free to choose relationships that feel respectful. Free to leave patterns that make your spirit tired. Free to stop explaining your worth to people who cannot see it. Free to rest when your body asks for care. Free to speak your needs without shame. Free to love yourself even while you are still learning. Free to create a life that does not keep repeating the old pain. Freedom begins inside, and then it changes what you accept outside. Let the love you needed become the light you carry. Let it soften the way you see yourself. Let it guide your choices. Let it help you release what is no longer aligned with your peace. Let it remind you that you do not need to become hard to be safe. You can become clear. You can become grounded. You can become wise. You can become deeply loving without handing your power away. This is a new kind of love, a love that includes you. There is nothing wrong with the heart that needed time. There is nothing wrong with the soul that had to learn through pain. There is nothing wrong with the body that carried old fear. You are not wrong for your healing journey. You are not behind because you needed many seasons to understand your own wounds. You are not weak because love mattered to you. You are not foolish because you hoped. You are human. You are tender. You are growing, and you are worthy of the gentleness you have given to so many others. The love you become will touch every part of your life. It will change how you begin your day. It will change how you answer your thoughts. It will change how you choose people. It will change how you handle silence. It will change how you speak to your body. It will change how you receive blessings. It will change how you leave what no longer honors you. And slowly, the life around you will begin to reflect the love growing within you. Not because you forced it, but because your energy, choices, and beliefs have changed. You may not see the whole path yet, and that is okay. Healing does not require you to see every step. It asks you to stay close to love in this moment. It asks you to choose the next kind thought, the next honest boundary, the next gentle response, the next moment of trust. The future is built from these quiet choices. And the more you choose love, the more your life begins to feel like a place where your heart can breathe. So let this be the truth you carry forward. You are not the old pain. You are the love rising from it. You are not the story that wounded you. You are the new story being written with peace. You are not the rejection, the silence, the confusion, or the loss. You are the soul that survived and is now learning to live softly again. You are not waiting to be chosen by the past. You are choosing yourself in the present. Free yourself from the old pain by no longer making it your name. Free yourself by speaking with K, inness, where shame used to speak. Free yourself by giving your heart the safety it once searched for. Free yourself by becoming the love you needed, not as a final task, but as a daily way of being. Let every loving thought bring you home. Let every act of self-respect bring you home. Let every moment of forgiveness bring you home. Let every choice for peace bring you home. You are safe to release what no longer belongs in your heart. You are safe to stop living from the wound. You are safe to become softer without becoming weaker. You are safe to receive love that does not require pain. You are safe to belong to yourself. You are safe to begin again. The old pain may have been part of your journey, but love is the place you are returning to now. And as you move forward, remember this with your whole heart. You do not have to be the person pain trained you to be. You do not have to keep wearing the armor that once helped you survive. You can thank the armor and put it down when life invites you into peace. You can let your heart open slowly. You can let your inner voice become warm. You can let your life become a reflection of the love you are choosing inside. You are free now to love yourself differently. You are free now to stop waiting for the old pain to give you permission. You are free now to become the safe place, the gentle voice, the steady love, the healing presence you once needed. And from that place, your whole life can begin to change, not through force, not through fear, through love, through trust, through the quiet power of coming home to yourself. You are loved. You are worthy. You are healing. You are not alone inside yourself anymore. The love you needed is becoming the love you carry. The old pain is losing its place. Peace is finding room within you, and from this moment forward, you can walk with a softer heart, a clearer mind, and a deeper knowing that you are finally returning home.